synchronicity. The word is perhaps, we can forget, but the meaning is quite interesting. It's when two events come together that have not the same cause, that are not connected by cause, but by meaning. Case of interest. I did not speak with the decoration team. They had not the same idea, but today clouds came and rain is coming down. These are names. If you have good eyesight, you will see the holy names are there. It's a reference to a verse, the opening verse of the wonderful work of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Madhurya Kadambini. Okay, I see someone is straining. Who of you has read Madhurya Kadambini? Good, that's a significant number of you. In that opening verse, which is formulated like a prayer, Lord Chaitanya's mercy is compared to a cloud bank of nectar, and which rains down the nectar of mercy. And the prayer is, may I, who am a dried out tree in a far removed desert, obtain the rain of mercy on my head. So today, I think we all, if we are dried up trees from Arizona or from New York City, if we are dried up trees from Colorado or the White House, wherever we are, the mercy of the Holy Name will hopefully come and water us. This is a beautiful. Can you see? This is beautiful. Can you see from the two wings here? Those? No? Yes? Yes. Beautiful. Wow, this is a photo. And they move even. How is it possible? This is called in the world of art, in installation, and in the words of Krishna consciousness, nothing short of a miracle. So good. Today our subject is the descent of the holy name. So you can see why I think this is a synchronicity. What I think is, wow, Krishna is mercifully reciprocating with all of your efforts to have this holy name immersion. Because I want to go to some subject matters that are not in this presentation, in this slideshow, I have to just communicate one thing. We will read one verse today. It is from Srila Rupa Goswami, and afterwards we will hear an audio of Prabhupada's voice as he explains this verse. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Oh, yes, sorry, one Vaishnavi, please. Therefore, material senses cannot appreciate Krishna's holy name, his form, his qualities and pastimes. The Sanskrit word which is used here is grayam. Grayam means to grasp, like I can grasp this cup, or I can grasp a book. I can even grasp this most wonderful notebook that was given to me, no? But I can grasp the objects of this world with my senses, with my eyes, with my ears, with my nose, with my sense of touch. I can grasp it, but Krishna, the senses which I have at the present moment are not equipped to grasp him or to bring him into my perception. It's not possible. Therefore, material senses cannot appreciate or grasp Krishna's holy name, form, qualities and pastimes. And what are we doing? We are trying to understand or get some awareness of Krishna. But here it said, it's not possible with the present equipment which we have, our senses and mind. Then what? Listen, it's a very hopeful message. When a conditioned soul, however, is awakened to Krishna consciousness and renders service by using his tongue to chant the holy name and taste the remnants of the Lord's food, the tongue is purified and one gradually comes to understand who Krishna really is. Wonderful. Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami explains this with his own verses. He says, the holy name of Krishna, his body and his pastimes cannot be understood by the blunt material senses. They are manifested independently from the senses. It says here, as long as the living entity is conditioned, it's limited by the three modes of material nature. Material form, taste, smell, sound and touch will not help him understand spiritual knowledge and bliss. Rather, these are revealed to the pure devotee. It's a wonderful subject matter. I want to request you now to listen to Prabhupada talking about this. There were times when Prabhupada said, because you cannot understand Krishna, you can also never love him. It's not possible. We will hear. Is it available for our?
At my mind, I think it will be better, but fundamental, we can take this and it's not time.
Prabhu, this won't work. I saw it yesterday also. Somehow you have not done this part of your service nicely. You have to align the systems. Or perhaps we have to shoot this old system and get a new system. Then let me read to you a purport which Prabhupada has given to this. Because when it's always like this, you cannot really you cannot grasp it. So, listen, please. This is philosophical language. You will have to upgrade your listening now. Since Krishna's transcendent body, his name, his form, his qualities, his pastimes, and entourage, that means his associates, since they are all the absolute truth, they are as good as Krishna himself. Sachinandan Vigraha. Now, as long as the living entity is conditioned by the three modes of material nature, the objects of his material senses, that means material form, taste, smell, sound, and touch, will not help him understand spiritual knowledge and bliss. If you hear the kirtan only with your physical senses, you won't get to the essence of what it is. You won't see Krishna. Rather, Krishna and his name and form, these are revealed. They descend to us, to the pure devotee. One's material name, form, and qualities are certainly different from one another. In the material world, there is no conception of absolute. However, when we come to Krishna consciousness, we find that there's no material difference between Krishna's body and his names, activities, and entourage. My dear devotees, this points out to a very essential understanding of Krishna consciousness. Let me try to relate this, but I need your kindness and Prabhupada's empowerment. So let us pray our pranam mantras. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Kristaya Bhutale Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Ashkatare Sadhane Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Srila Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. My dear devotees, it is said, when a conditioned soul is awakened from sleep of forgetfulness, then we are awakened to Krishna consciousness. And when such a soul renders service by using his tongue to chant the Lord's holy name and taste the remnants of the Lord's food, the tongue is purified, and one gradually comes to understand who Krishna really is. Wonderful, my dear devotees. As long as the mirror of the consciousness is still covered, like we saw yesterday, this mirror which was in the beginning covered, as long as our consciousness is covered, we can't see Krishna. But when the mirror of our consciousness is purified and cleansed by the repeated Nam Seva, serving Krishna's holy name and serving his prasadam by respectfully eating it and not, dealing disrespectfully towards it, then we are purified, and then all this comes into our perception. We can actually know. If you look at this installation of the clouds and the raindrops of the holy name, you get a clear understanding that the holy name comes from above. It is not produced in the material world. It is not a material phenomena. It is not like anything which you get here, fruits or sound and so on. It descends. How does the holy name descend? Well, by the channel of transcendental sound. In my little cottage, I've forgotten, I have water. And if I want water, I will not go to the table, I will not go in my bed, I will go to the faucet, I think it's called, I will open it, and then it comes through a channel or through a pipe, you could say, and I can make use of the water which is there. In the same way, my dear devotees, you need a transcendental channel so that a holy name comes vibrating to you. And usually it is said the spiritually perfect holy name is vibrating on the tongue of which devotees?
Pure.
Sorry?
Pure.
Pure. They must be pure. Yes. Because the holy name comes through this transcendental channel. Therefore, we always know, if we want to do kirtan, we cannot ignore to purify our heart. We cannot ignore to sometimes discipline our mind. My dear devotees, discipline is painful, I know, but regret is unbearable. When you come to when you're older and you think, oh, I missed my chance. I was too loose in my life, too careless. Now my consciousness is not so pure, and therefore the real holy name is not coming. Music is coming, yes, Indian folk music, but not the holy name. No, therefore, remember the mirror example. It can only reflect if it's pure. Then we can see the form. This transcendental sound pierces through the mind and intellect, and then vibrates in my real existence, my soul. I hear transcendental sound which comes from a transcendental source. It goes right through my mind and intellect, and then the soul, who becomes inspired, sends a response by chanting back. And we feel, wow, Hare Krishna, that is Hare Krishna, that is Krishna, and we dance in ecstasy. I would like to give you an example of mine. I was very afraid of the devotees and making contact with the devotees. The reason of my fear was that, in my case, it was, I was feeling if I come too close, I might lose my material life. And for me, the material life was, yes, I come from a so-called good family, there was money, and somehow I was the most adored dancer in our neighborhood. When I entered the discotheque and danced, everyone made space and looked. There were no mobile telephones, but there was appreciation from everyone, including the opposite sex. So I had a so-called good life. I also had my share of suffering that is also there. And when I saw the devotees dressed so simple in cloth where I couldn't decipher any similarity to a trend or a fashion. It was totally up, and but I did feel some, maybe they have, maybe the complete rebellion is the solution. But I was simultaneously very afraid, and my fear was right. I was a little sensitive. I was disinherited when I became a devotee. All the money went somewhere else. I don't regret it a single moment, but I'm just saying. So I was afraid of that because at that time I had no taste of Krishna consciousness. So I said, well, I would always avoid the devotees. When they chanted somewhere, I would sit on the opposite side of the street, maybe 100 meters away, pretend to read a newspaper while they were chanting in the back, like that. So one day, Krishna called me. I needed to be really quick to come to a certain place where we had our group had a musical rehearsal. So I just only thought, I have to catch this train, and ran, and then, boom! I ran into someone. Both of us went down, and when I looked, I said, "Oh no!" It was a devotee. It was not a male devotee, it was a female devotee. And she looked extremely pained and extremely beautiful. I thought, come on, I can't just jump up and now run to the train. They can start without me. So I went to a school of good behavior. So I helped her up and said, I'm sorry, did I cause pain to you? She just looked at me and shook her head. And then she said the fateful word, you are so strange. Don't you think we don't see you? Do you think we are so insensitive? When we chant, when you are in town, in that other bench, you pretend to read a boring newspaper, which most probably a type like you would never touch in their lifetime. And you are avoiding us. In Germany, when you say things like this, there is no further communication. I was saying, this is too much. I mean, how can she say I'm strange? I'm a good dancer. I hope you are not just sensing the humor, because something serious is also going on. Please sense that also. How can she be so rude? These people are totally unspiritual. And then I gave my aristocratic goodbye. I didn't even speak to her. We didn't speak to such people, our people. So then she said, you are attracted. Why don't you read and understand what it is? And she handed me a magazine, and she said, it's 2 German marks. I said, I was really over challenged. It was above my head. I mean, she said, right, I cannot be afraid of something I don't know, so I better get to know it. After all, I'm sitting on that bench, and my ear is pulled in that direction. So I said, I was also young, I said just innocent, I only have 2 German marks and I need it for my ticket. I have an appointment. I think I spoke it in a tough way, and she just laughed at me. And she said, this is the typical square-headed Germans. I will tell you a story. The Germans are on a train station. They want to make a revolution. And then one person says, do we have tickets? And they want to make a revolution against the system. And the person asks, do we have tickets? And then all the Germans look at each other. We have no tickets, and they go home. That's the end of the revolution. This is very important. Go for free on your train. Krishna will protect you. I was so challenged, I just gave them money. I took the magazine, I ran. I, of course, missed my train, but I got in the next train. And I tried to read the magazine, but I was still so in my own world that I couldn't understand the magazine at all. I took the book, the magazine with me, and after we were done with the friends, I went home, and I again tried to read the magazine. I remember it was Prabhupada's article, The Peace Formula. It's an explanation of the last verse of the 5th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. And I read it, and nothing of it went into my head. I just can't understand what he says has to do with peace. I just can't understand. But my curiosity was awakened. My pride was like this. I thought I can understand everything, even as a young and foolish teenager. I thought like this. And I just again and again tried. But I must tell you, I was so much absorbed in my material life, I just could not. In New York, you would say, get it, So I thought, okay, let me visit these people. And I still remember the day. I was partying all night in Hamburg. Then at 4 o'clock in the morning, party was over, and I somehow got close to the temple. Then all my alarm systems went up. And I thought, I'm so too tired to face these people. So I went in a park, and I went in a bush, then I slept there. This is a reaction of the subconsciousness. When the subconsciousness is aware, the subconscious mind, it has its weapons to deflect it. One is to fall asleep. Other is you might just reject it just, and goes somewhere else. But then, I was sleeping in the bush. I heard someone chanting, Hare Krishna, and I saw that it was a devotee right before my bush. He didn't see me. He was walking up and down, chanting his japa, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And I woke up and I saw these sandals with these beautiful feet walking up and down at the sound of the japa. And I couldn't continue to sleep. So I went out of the bush. The devotee was completely shocked. And I said, do you know where the temple is? The devotee looked at me. Aha, you are that wild boy who is very much attracted. I was told about you that you're very strange. Can you please show me the temple? I have to solve this. So, yes, we went inside the temple. And again, I couldn't understand anything. Two devotees were there paying obeisances to each other. And I immediately went also down because, remember, I come from a cultured house. So I thought they had lost something, an important key, which was necessary for some important function. And I wanted to help them to find it on the floor. And they laughed about me. And that was very bad for my false ego. And they said my traditional greeting. So then I came into one room, and they were very busy. It was very early in the morning. But in the next room, there was a recording. And because there was nothing to do, I listened to Prabhupada chanting Hari Haraye Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama. These are the holy names of Krishna. Hari Haraye Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama Govinda Gopala Ram Sri Madhusudan. Holy names. And as I listened to this recording, something happened. I still feel that this was the real initiation for me. Something happened. I began to feel very wonderful feelings of my spirit was singing to me or whispering to me. It was awakening, and I was very, very impressed by. I asked, who is this? Is this our spiritual master? Wow! And what did he sing? I don't know, said the devotee, but he is a pure devotee. He actually is in contact with God. And when he sings, it comes through. I'm a little new, so I don't know the particular song, but yeah, that's him. Or has he written something to get to know? Yes, the Bhagavad Gita was a small abridged version. Can I purchase this? No, we don't have copies of this. And can I read it? Yeah, but you have to read it in the temple. So that's what you do, no? When someone impresses you, you find out what do they say, what do they think, if they've written anything, So that was my contact with the Bhagavad Gita, and later I was called to translate the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna called me, in other words, but the way it happened is the holy name descended. It descended from a very pure source through a transcendental channel. The transcendental sound came and worked on me. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has written about this in a beautiful analogy. He says, Krishna is one, but he becomes many. And he gave the example, Krishna in the rasa dance. He enters the stage of the rasa dance, one Krishna, and then there are innumerable gopis, and to satisfy them, that one Krishna expands into many Krishnas. Have you heard about this before, the rasa dance? Yes. So, in the same way, the holy name is one. Now, I have gotten the holy name from my spiritual master. He has the qualification to chant the holy name. From that one name which I have gotten, many come now. I repeat that name again and again. This is a kind of echo of the name which my spiritual master gave me. Just like Krishna is one in the Rasa Leela, but expands himself into many, the holy name which is given by my spiritual master is one. And while chanting the holy name, either in kirtan or japa, he becomes many. The same Krishna in many forms. What do you think? Beautiful, no? Could you understand it? Yes. Why do I ask? Because my English pronunciation is not up to the standard. I'm aware of this. So this descent of the holy name through a pure soul is important. There were others who were chanting, but I really felt Prabhupada's coming to the West and chanting in the Tompingsken, the square park, the park. It is from here that the holy name traveled from the spiritual world and it is picked up. Yes, there are many kirtans. There was Premananda Bharati, resident of the Radhakund, who was technically before Srila Prabhupada visiting America. You can see by the dates. Now, of course, I'm partial to Prabhupada. I would say he is the one who gave the holy name. Not partial. I'm a disciple, so I worship him. So, but the holy name came and it came, and those who are now chanting and so on, they all have the many forms of Krishna dancing on their tongue, which come from that one name. And for me, when I heard it on the record, Hari Hara Hari Haraye Namah Krishna Yadavaya Namah. He makes the volume, and then sometimes his voice breaks. I can't sing so beautifully, so it's very beautiful. Can you please Google it, and you can hear it. Hari Haraye Namah. That recording made everything. My dear devotees, we are not equipped to chant the holy name with our material sound. But when the holy name descends, it's possible. The Bhagavatam has two examples of this. One is Bharata Maharaj. When he was reborn as a what? Deer. At the time of his death, when he faced death, the deer began to chant the names of Hari. This is in 5:14:45. Now, normally a deer has no ability to produce or articulate a sound except for deer sound. But in this case, the holy name manifested on the tongue when that creature desired to chant. Do you know of a second example in the Bhagavatam, that the name descended on the material tongue of an animal? Gajendra, yes. Narayana Kila, he said. I said again, and then please repeat it. Narayana Kila. Guru. Bhagavan. Namaste. Oh my Lord Narayan. Yes, a little more, with some fizziness in it. Oh my Lord Narayan. Master of the universe. O Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhagavan. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. My dear devotees, this is chanting when the holy name descends on our mundane tongue. That's why we in the movement, we always want to relate things to Prabhupada and keep him in the center, because there is no doubt that he is a pure devotee. We have observed his behavior, we have read his literature, there is no single doubt available, and so on. So it is this holy name, pure holy name, which we chant. Therefore, in Kirtan, very often Kirtan leaders will pay their obeisances to Prabhupada. Some even chant the pranam mantras, Nama Om, Vishnu Padaya, and so on, because they acknowledge that the real holy name will have to descend on my tongue. It will have to be given, it has to appear. And everyone knows when the holy name comes. Have you seen the kirtans and you kirtan along? And those of you who are kirtan leader, have you seen you're leading the kirtan, you're trying to induce the devotees, but it doesn't move. And then all of a sudden, not like this. All of a sudden, everything changes. The atmosphere changes. Because the Lord has come. He doesn't come always. He comes to those who are inclined in service. Sevonmukhe means their face, mukha means face, is turned away from bahir, that is the external things, it is turned now in seva. That's why Prabhupada saw in the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra these lines, or this meaning, please engage me in your service. He knew only in the service mode would the holy name come to him or to anyone, or and so on. This without this sevonmukhe, or turning to Krishna, you have only the alphabets of the name. H, A, R, E. Okay, let's check, not you. H, A, R, E, K, R, S, N, A, H, A, R, E, K, R, S, N, A. It's no wonder that you become bored and disinterested to continue to chant. When Krishna is there, my dear devotees, when Krishna has descended, you don't want to stop. That's the difference. So how to get there? It's not so difficult. You need to be sevonmukhe. There is a verse which we want to chant together. It is Nama Sankirtan heute from the Antya Lila 2011. Yes. So I will sing it and then repeat it. Nama Sankirtana heute Savanatana Shakti. Nama Sankirtana heute Savanatana Sarva Shubhodaya Krishna Premera Ulasa. Sarva Shubhodaya Krishna Premera Ulasa. I want to do it a little better. Sarva Shubhodaya Krishna Premera Ulasa. Sarva Shubhodaya Krishna Premera Ulasa. Simply by chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna, one is freed from all undesirable habits. Has it happened to you? Ask yourself. Perhaps you are not yet chanting. Yes, it's a problem. I acknowledge it. This is the means of awakening all good fortune, Sarva Shubhodaya, and initiating the flow of waves of love for Krishna. Don't be phased, don't be discouraged, even if our chanting is not yet pure, but if we repeatedly do it, something is initiated. That means is started. It is you are started. So like a car is started. Is it started? Okay. And then eventually the flow of waves of love for Krishna are starting. As we saw in our little image, remember, the river starts not as a full-grown river. It's first, what was that word? Headwaters, then middle waters, then deep flow, and then delta flow, yes. So how to enter the flow? We have prepared with great joy a little how to do it. The first step is an awareness that the name is totally independent. It is He who bestows or gives us taste, faith, mercy and bhakti. It's Him. We are only servants of the holy name. We are not great chanters. We approach Him in the service mode, and we beg Him to accept our service, because He is independent. Do you think God is so small that you can call Him like a waiter in a restaurant? Hey waiter, I ordered a burger. Bring a burger. Useless guy. So this is not how we can't order Krishna. He's independent. He says, Krishna. Second step, which comes directly from the first, is one prays to receive the Nam Kripa. Such desire opens the door for the name to appear. This is the reason why when we chant the Panchatattva Mahamantra frequently, because it is Lord Chaitanya who has sent these cloud banks of mercy from which the name is descending. No? We think, oh Gurudev, oh my dear, oh devotees, oh holy name, please, 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 Kripa Koro, give me your merciful grace so that I can chant. I often like to say this. I'm often requested to sing in the assembly of devotees, and I do have my problems with this. The problem is that I know I don't have a good voice, and I also know I don't have a good consciousness. I know this. So, those who have no good consciousness, at least they can fake it with a good voice. But if you don't have a good voice, you can't fake it. So therefore, I always feel I need to pray to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to give some mercy in Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura. And the third step is shift from the consciousness of I'm the doer, I'm the singer, I'm the kirtan maker, to I am the receiver of this mercy. My dear devotees, don't stand in the way. It is not conducive to think I'm going to chant now nice rounds. I was at the Holy Name immersion of Mahatma Prabhu. I know everything now of any Holy Name retreat. This doership is the reason that the process becomes strenuous and difficult for you. Rather, in order to taste the sweetness, shift your consciousness. If you want to taste the joy and the bhava, shift. There's too much me, and too much I, which blocks the perfectly sublime flow of divine mercy. Let us get out of the way, step out of the way. These three steps are very good. We are first, what is it, foremost? We understand the Holy Name is not different from Krishna, who is independent. Second is we need to pray. And third is we need to open our hearts for the Holy Name. This will work. My dear devotees, enter the flow of the Holy Name. There will be no pain, there will be no fear and no pain if you enter the flow of the Holy Name. It rhymes. By the way, the rhyme came from Kavi, it's not my own rhyme. Yeah. My dear devotees, I have delivered my lecture. I have done my duty, but let me step back now and speak, not as the one who has notes and who has worked on a presentation, but as someone who tries his best. I told you I'm often or sometimes requested to sing, and I told you my inner conflict. There was this one time I was in Mayapur, at the Mayapur Kirtan Mela, and my slot came up and I sang. But first of all, I was late because there was something that happened on the way, unexpected, and I had to give some time. And the second is I was not happy the way things were going for different reasons, mainly need to know I felt there was too much I, me, and floating in the air, and the Holy Name did not really manifest, and so on, and I was disturbed about something, a GBC decision, which in some ways affected my preaching. So I came and I was very much disturbed, and now I was supposed to sing. Many were there, wonderful guru kulis with violins, and all the instruments, and so on. Gokrishna was not there. It would have been easy, because he would have been able to give me the right tonality. Is it C, D, A plus or minus or whatever, and so on. So I sing out of tune. My sound was not available on the harmonium because it was so out of tune. And here is the senior disciple of Prabhupada. going like a drunken man. I said to the harmonium player, do you know this melody? Do you know? Yes, so I stop the kirtan now, and you please find the right tonality. I'm lost here. I'm a little distracted. So he found the tonality. But for half an hour, I was just not really there in the kirtan. And if the kirtan leader is not there, if the leader doesn't know where we are going, then who will the others? How will the others know or go? So then finally I did this. I said, my dear Lord, I recognize that this is not, you have not yet appeared in this kirtan, you have not blessed this kirtan. So please, I'm only one single person, but these are a few thousand devotees, they have come to this. Please, they should have. If you want to give the mercy, please give the mercy. And then I left everything to the Lord. And I still remember my harmonium man told me, I don't really know who it was at that time, told me, Maharaj, you're already half an hour over. Really? I've not just started. I feel I have not even started. It's so blissful. Yes, this is descent of the holy name. You need to pray, and you also need to be in a good place. So today, my dear devotees, we are doing this for 2 times 4 hours. We start at 10 o'clock, therefore I will end here and not be able to take questions. I hope to take questions, relevant questions, tomorrow in our last session together. Please be at the right spot, sit here, so that the drops can come down, but don't close your heart. Pray to the Lord that He may descend to you, into your life. And yes, let us now see, we will have a little inauguration at 10 o'clock, so you might like to be there. But also, if you're very tired, pace yourself so that when you chant, you don't have to battle with the mind all the time. So the schedule is made public to you. Please let us meet then and there.